We are live, so we'll do the countdown. 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Hunter's Hub. This is your host, Fortuan, joined by co-host Sasha. How we doing tonight?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm good. I had a cold this week, so I'm going to sound sick, and I might have to blow my nose throughout, just so I'm not gross while I'm like hacking and coughing or something. But I took a NyQuil before we recorded, so hopefully that works.
You took a NyQuil?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to go down midstream.
Yeah, I would.
It doesn't knock me out. It doesn't.
We're going to have like a 8-hour podcast because Sasha and I are going to have to keep going while you're asleep.
I have never even come close to falling asleep on a podcast, I believe. In the 5 years of doing this, I don't think I've done that once. And welcome, Ace.
Howdy.
Howdy.
I'm enjoying a nice warm bowl of chicken noodle soup that I totally did not mess up and order to a friend's house first, and then Andrea ordered after the fact to fix my mistake. Whoops.
I forgot to tweet out that we were doing this. So we're guessing monsters again for Monster Hunter Week. I don't know where Borg is. Hopefully he shows up, but he may not. So we're going to have Sasha just guess monsters and then see if, just make it fun and just see if Ace can guess them. And we won't really keep track because he's eventually going to get them all. But I will still impose the time limit that we talked about so we keep things moving. And yeah, we'll go from there, but let me tweet this stuff out. So, while I'm getting this stuff tweeted out, Sasha, have you gotten time to play any games this week?
I have played a little bit of Saints Row.
Mm-hmm.
I'm coming around. I had a less than positive review last week. I have a slightly more favorable outcome this week, only because I've unlocked insurance fraud. So that's been fun. And
is this the new game or one of the old ones?
The new one. I've been hot and cold on it. I haven't hated it. It hasn't really lived up to my expectations.
Has it sparked joy?
No, but it hasn't put out joy either.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've been playing this other game. Let me actually see what it's called because I couldn't download it. I have to play it on cloud gaming on Game Pass. And it's this live, it's called Immortality. And it's like full like video. And you get these like little video clips. And you have to either go forward or backwards on the video clips and unlock and take pictures of props or people to unlock more video clips. And there are 4 movies that are from 4 different decades. And I'm starting to think that the actress is a vampire. And I've been capturing some really
interesting
weird
things.
stuff.
Okay.
Really weird things when I go backwards on the videos. So that's been fun. It's free on Game Pass. Interesting game.
I think I heard about this a couple years ago. So, I don't remember where I heard about it. I think I did.
Maybe it does feel very much like a Steam game that got shoved into the Xbox library.
Mm-hmm. I'm waiting for that to happen with Mortuary Assistant.
So
that would be nice.
The game store that I frequent, and I traded in a ton of my extra cards for credit there. So I have got like over $500 in credit at the store. And they got in a Series X, and I was debating to buy it or not. Because I was like...
Join the dark side.
It would be absolutely free, because it would just be store credit. It would not be coming out of my pocket if I got it. I decided not to, because I went around the store looking, and I was like, there's literally nothing I would play that I would buy to
You
play.
say that, but you just need Game Pass.
Yeah, I was gonna say Game Pass is all we have right now, and I've been here and there playing Power Wash Simulator.
I already
And-
own that. I already played it quite a bit.
And
Ace
Andrea's
is moving
been
into his final dad form.
and Andrea's been playing the new Disney game that came out.
Oh, the girl, Cece's been playing some Disney game. Yeah. She was like looking for treasure and talking to Disney characters and whatnot.
But yeah, join us for it. Then we can form up some Halo squads and do some matches.
We can already do that. I have a PC. I have played Halo with people on my PC. That's the problem.
Come on, man. Another console.
There is exactly no I was like, why? I can always play it on computer. There's everything that comes out. I can just play it on my computer. Why waste the money? So instead, I didn't spend it, and it's just sitting there, and it's going to wait till probably Bayonetta 3 is the next thing coming out that I'm getting. That's it. So, tonight, we're having Sasha guess monsters, not guess, describe monsters, and having Ace guess what they are. And we're going to pick up exactly where we left off last time. Just a quick rundown. These are Monster Hunter monsters, and just in case for Monster Hunter Week, I'm going to send a picture over to Sasha. She's going to look at it, describe it, and see if Ace knows what it is. And I'm going to give him some clues that Sasha would have no idea as to what they are. First one being whether it's a base monster or the type of subspecies, or if it's a variant or a deviant or all these other things that we have names for monsters. And then if Ace still can't get it, I'm going to give him another clue in the fact of the generation in which it started. And then my final clue is going to be when the type of monster. So it's actual typing, Temnoceran, amphibian, that kind of stuff. But now I have to pull up my clock app, which I hardly ever do, so that I can time us so we're not... There we go. Stopwatch. So
Also, my local game store finally got a PSP in, so now I can go back and relive my save file in Freedom Unite.
I thought your Vita already had that. I thought you were playing that on your Vita.
Both.
But why?
Because I can, Fortuan. Because I can.
That's like saying, like, I bought a PS5 so I can play my PS4 games. Then I bought a PS4. Like what?
Listen, I didn't say it made sense. I just did it.
You just wasted money. That's what you did.
No, because my old PSP, the disk drive went out.
But you have a Vita. It literally plays everything that's on the PSP.
She keeps saying that, but, like, still doesn't change my mind.
Okay. All right. Well, with that insanity out of the way, let's get this started. So, Sasha, this is the first one. Ace, this is a deviant.
Okay. Let's make this a little bigger, huh? I don't even know where to start.
Yeah,
It looks very celestial with a lot of stars and stuff around it. Okay, this thing has talons at the end of its feet, and it has wings. The wings are yellow with either like a reddish orange at the tip, and I have a feeling I can't really see its face, that it's kind of partially obscured by the wing.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, you're
Okay.
right.
So it's kind of giving me owl vibes.
Okay, I was gonna say Nightcloak Malfestio.
Yeah, you're right. Nightcloak. There we
I was
go.
gonna say with the stars, like Nightcloak Malfestio is like the only one that I can think of off the top of my head that has like that shimmery star effect.
Yeah, I think it's the only one. It very much a My Little Pony Princess Sparkle thing going on. Especially in this picture. Alrighty, so that was quick. So we're gonna move straight on to the next one, which is a base monster.
Okay, so yeah, he's looks pretty
Pretty basic.
as a like a dragon, I guess. He's walking on all four of his legs. He's got tattered wings. He's very neutral colors, like grayscale. His wings have like tannish in it a little bit. Wings look very much like Jeepers Creepers. That thing in Jeepers Creepers when it spread its wings out.
Yeah, the sort of very, very bat wings.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I can see how you'd say that. Yeah.
That's kind of throwing me off.
Yep, it's totally going to throw you off. Can confirm. Can confirm.
Yeah, I mean, like, he doesn't look very special, to be honest.
See, because I was going to say Gore Magala, but then
I'm putting up the
threw all that in.
Putting up the 1 minute marker. You can continue to
Gore Magala as a first guess.
No, it's not Gore. You continue to try to describe things, Sasha, but at the 1 minute marker, I am going to put in the second guess.
I don't really have much else to describe this guy. He just looks very...
Does it have horns? What do its teeth look like?
Its teeth are... I mean, they're pretty sharp, and they're coming out of his mouth.
Okay.
You know, like, his mouth is closed, and I can see his canine teeth. I can't tell if he has... I can't tell if he has horns, just kind of based on the way that...
He definitely does.
Okay, he does have horns.
So the second clue...
Magala?
No. Second clue from me is that he first appeared in Generation 3. So... he's a 3rd gen monster. And yeah, Sasha, he definitely has horns. They're hard to see, but if you look where like the mouth is, they're very wide.
Oh, is this a Latrion?
Yes, it's a Latrion.
Okay.
Yeah, I knew the bat wing's going to throw you off because the wings are the least interesting part of that monster. So the cool thing about a Latrion is it controls every element, Sasha. And none of the elements are shown here. Like, none of them.
Yeah, he looks super boring here. He looks like a brick. Like,
he's quite the opposite. He's if they had a better picture of this, I think this is a world render of him, but he normally is either glowing blue or red, because he actually has 2 different modes he fights in, and one of them he's more like an aerial mode. He does cold and lightning damage, and the other one he does like fire and dragon. So yeah, he's got a lot. The only element he doesn't use is water, I believe, which water...
He technically uses it in World / Iceborne because he like spits it on the ground, but it's more like an oil.
Yeah.
Oil type thing.
Yeah, it's not water element. It doesn't cause water blight. So.
Yeah, it does.
Does it? Thought it was just an oil.
Yeah, because it messes with your stamina if it hits you. Pretty sure.
Specifically water blight? I thought
I
it
don't
was.
remember if that's exactly what they call it in Iceborne, but I'm pretty sure I remember if it hits you, it messes with your stamina. It makes an already
It's been
difficult DPS check all the harder to get if you don't handle that.
It's been too long. So this is a variant or a subspecies.
Okay. He's walking on two legs, and he's got like a porcupine back. He's got a big old rhino horn, and
Okay.
he's. I can't tell if those are wings, because the way he's standing is I'm looking at his back, but it kind of looks like either he's got wings or he's got kind of just like a cape situation going on.
Okay.
So I'm gonna guess Nergigante.
It's not Negigante because it is a deviant and or subspecies. Not deviant. Variant. Sorry.
So whichever Nergigante that was, I'm forgetting the name.
You don't remember its name?
It's the one from Iceborne. The extra screw you Nergigante.
It's called a Ruiner, and yes, it is Ruiner
Yes.
Negigante. All right, that was a quick one. Nergigante is a pretty iconic monster in the series. So you know, Sasha, it's just I figured he'd get that one pretty quick. Not
I mean,
many of the dragons
is-
look like a porcupine.
Mhm.
All right, this is going to be a fun one. This is one of my favorites. So this is a base monster.
Okay. He looks a little bit like he would blend in nicely with mossy rocks. He's got like mountain goat horns coming off his head, or like ram's horns.
The Rambrose.
Yeah, it's Rambrose. Yep, that is a brute wyvern. Cool thing about that one, he has a tail, has a club on the end of it, and he spins so fast like a helicopter. He actually flies up in the air and smashes down on you. It's a really funny, goofy monster. But yeah, it is the Rambrose, which is a mossy brute wyvern. Brute wyverns are essentially just T-Rexes, just two-legged wyverns.
Mhm.
Alrighty, this is a subspecies.
I think this is a dragon. He's walking on two legs, and he's got a longer. Looks like his neck's a little bit longer and skinnier than his head, and his head's got spikes that kind of come back that make his almost look like a mane, make his head look bigger than it is, and coloring is like a. I'm terrible with colors, so I'm just gonna apologize for that ahead of time. His colors are like a reddish purple.
Okay.
And it's almost like a brick color. And then he's got black hair, like patches of fur on some spots of his body.
All right. All right. I'm liking this description.
His tail is a little shadowed in this picture, but its tail looks like it has the same black fur coming off the end of it, but then also before you get to the tip, it looks almost like a basilisk tail. Or like
Okay.
Is this an Azure Wrathalos?
No. I had the timer going so that we don't stick on this one too long before we give another clue. I love how Sasha described this because it's going to cause a lot of problems.
Sorry, Ace.
I'm trying to
It's
think.
fine. It makes it quite entertaining, at least for me. I don't know about the audience, but it makes it entertaining for me. All right. So, second clue. This is a first gen monster. So, I'll start the timer again. And then this time,
With fur? With hair?
It's like patches. It looks just like just like random patches of black hair. Could be feathers, but
okay.
Does it have wings?
yes. But he's got him in this picture. He's got him tucked into his side, and he's like walking around with his head low, like he's looking for something.
Yeah, I think it's actually ripped straight from a cutscene. Yep, that pose is certainly from an intro cutscene. All right, we have hit the 1 minute time.
Now I'm trying to think of it.
The typing is a flying wyvern. So, I'm going to give you 1 minute before I'm just going to call it quits on this one.
Blue Cutcoo?
I did not blue Yin Kutku. Good guess. That is a Gen 1 subspecies.
And it is a subspecies, you said, right?
Yep. 100% is. 30 seconds. Ace. Another great
It's
Ace
not
face.
happening. Like Dan's father Avi, it's just
Yeah. What's I will say, Sasha, you did a pretty good job describing what's going on here. Don't feel bad. All right, that is time. It is Pink Rathian.
all right then.
I'll
Okay.
put it. I'll put it in
See, I
the
wanted to say that, but I was like, I saw the description. It doesn't
pod
sound
chat.
like that to me.
That way you can see what she saw. So it is a straight. I'm positive this is a straight rip from the Iceborne intro, or not Iceborne, just base world. I forgot they were in base world. Alrighty, this is a base monster for the next one.
This looks like the thing that lives underneath Fred Flintstone's sink, his garbage disposal.
I love it.
Yeah. So he's got like this huge gullet, and he's got a big old belly. He's reptilian, I think. He's covered in scales. He's doing a nice downward facing dog pose and resting on that big old belly.
Okay.
And his top, like his head and his back, are a blue colored scale, and then this reddish orange as you get further down his back to the tip of his tail.
Once again, this is
Sounds
a
like-
base monster. I don't want to say anything to tip off Ace right now, but I will say this became a popular monster.
I have not seen Flintstones in a long time, so that is throwing me off.
Like the live action Flintstones.
Mm-hmm.
That's as way even longer.
You know what? Those movies were. I used to love the live action ones as a kid. They're pretty terrible as an adult. Like they're very hard to watch, and it's not like it's just that they're boring. It's not like it's like the novelty of being Flintstone on the movies is about what they have going for them. Okay, so time for
So
the other clue. It is the monster generation is 5.
and it's a big belly boy,
Yeah, big belly
Dodo
boy.
Gama, I think. Then
Dodo Gama is correct.
okay.
Yeah.
Now you
Dodo
need
Gama.
to look up Fred Flintstone's garbage disposal, and you can see why I think it looks like that.
Okay. I might have to do that at some point. Yeah, it does have that giant mouth, which that makes sense. This thing actually eats rocks. It actually eats up on like big boulders and just scoops them up with that jaw and eats them. Don't know why it eats rocks. No idea. But
He likes his vitamins and minerals.
yeah, I guess. This is a base monster, Sasha.
Alright, this looks like a dinosaur, and he is walking on 2 legs, and he's got 2 little T-Rex arms. He looks like he's like a bluish purple body, and he's got a long skinny neck, and he's got a horn on the top of his head, and he's got a smaller horn on the tip of his nose. He's got like a long mouth with small sharp teeth.
I was gonna say, is this Anjanath?
Nope. I'm already timing. Just so we can keep it moving.
He's got a tail. And let's see. Based on this picture, he looks like he's got a really annoying screech or a loud dinosaur growl. I don't know.
Does he
Alright.
look more like a raptor or a T-Rex?
He looks more like a raptor.
This is a 3rd gen monster.
Oh, damn it.
And for the audience and for listeners, when I say 3rd gen, it's in its first appearance was in Generation 3. Not that it doesn't appear in later generations.
So, like, picture that raptor head, and on the top of his head, he's got a big horn, and then on the tip of his nose, he has a smaller horn.
Yeah, I can see where that could throw Ace off, because I bet no one notices one of those details that you're talking about.
I'm thinking Great Baggy.
You are correct, Great Baggy. Yeah, the nose horn. I don't think I have killed over 230 of these in Sunbreak / Rise, and yeah, I never knew that they had a nose horn until I looked at this picture and Sasha pointed it out. Like, it's insane. This is a base monster. We're going by a lot quicker on these. I think we're getting a hang of it.
All right. This guy looks like he lives inside of a volcano, or like
Okay.
in the Earth's core. So he's just chilling in some magma, some lava. He's got really big hands compared to his, like, relative to his arms, and they got gigantic claws on the end of them. He's
So I'm gonna guess a Cantor.
Yeah, a Cantor is correct.
Yeah,
Alright.
he is. He is no joke. In
he
a
looks unpleasant.
cutscene they have in one of the ecology videos, he takes down a Gravios, which is one of the larger monsters in the game. Like he's a chump,
Mm-hmm.
because Gravios has a fire beam breath, and so he starts breathing that onto a Cantor, and a Cantor just like takes it a little bit, and then like jumps at him and headbutts him, and then like grabs him on the neck with his tusk teeth and just throws him over to the side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this monster is huge. It is a big one.
And then he's also got like a tornado breath essentially when he roars.
Yeah. It's sound. It does sound damage. Yeah, it's insane. This is a monster that Chance and I took 2 weeks to beat, of us playing a couple hours a day for 2 weeks back in PSP days. This is where the whole Lasty story came from, where I would die twice and then Chance would die the third cart, and
Yeah, that's right.
and I would call him Lasty, and he gets so mad at me because I was the one that took up the first 2 deaths. He was like, "You can't do that. You can't make fun of me for dying last when you're the first 2 deaths." It's like, shut up, Lasty. He still hates it. But yes, I did die twice, and he died once every time. But Chance is notorious for not dying. In Monster Hunter, he's very good at survivability. Okay, this is a subspecies.
Okay.
And I will start the timer.
Giving me like it's a reptile wolf. I don't know. It's like looks like it moves like a wolf, but its body does not have any kind of fur on it whatsoever. He's got Freddy Krueger claws on his front paws. Looks like maybe on his back, but the back legs are shadowed.
Mm-hmm.
His tail. So like the tail looks like a bushy wolf tail, but it is definitely covered in like bites and.
So I'm
Looks.
gonna guess Ebony Odogaron.
Yeah, Ebony Odogaron.
I mean, Freddy Krueger claws is pretty much what most people say about Odogaron.
Yeah, and a wolf is very right. It does move quite like a wolf. It even has a wolf-like howl. But this thing lives in the rotten vale, which is just a bunch of pile of rotten meat of a dead monster. It lives in a dead monster.
Gross.
Yep. All right. Another base monster for you.
Okay. This thing looks like. So it's got like a raptor body, but it has a satellite on its head. Got 2 things coming off of the top of its head that make almost like a half circle.
I'm gonna guess Great Jaggy.
No.
And it's got really long talons. Almost like predator bird talons on the end of its front. Its little raptor arms. The color of its weird satellite head is like a, and this could just be the picture.
Yeah.
It's very looks bioluminescent.
Oh, is this Tsitsi Yaku?
Yes, Tsitsi Yaku. And there's a reason why it looks bioluminescent, because it actually uses those to flash and blind monsters.
That makes sense.
Yep, so that's a good one.
He also makes ridiculous ass chicken noises too. In the game.
Yes, he does. Very much does. Alrighty. This next one is a base monster.
All right. He walks on all fours, and he's got a long, or his tail has like a single. It's almost like a scorpion tail,
Okay.
but bigger, and he's got spikes on his head, spikes that come down his back. He's got a purplish body, but the spikes look like bone colored.
All good. All good. I like this.
And then, like, on his front legs that he's walking on, he's got two single big spikes that come out of the side. They look like blade, almost like a blade that he could cut with.
Not Nargacuga, is it?
No. Next clue from me, because that was 1 minute, is it is a 5th generation monster. Now I threw Ace for a loop, you could see.
He's got his teeth. He's got like it's not quite like saber-tooth teeth because the side ones are not that long, but it's kind of like big predator cat mouth almost. So he's got like really sharp canine teeth and then a couple of sharp teeth I can see that are smaller than his canines.
Yep. I could see this. We're at 48 seconds until the final clue for me.
Yeah.
Not until.
That's all I got, I think.
And that's why we're doing the time.
That's just throwing me off.
All right. It is a fanged wyvern. So you have 1 minute from this point. And I have to blow my nose again.
You said he has wings, or
No, he does not have wings. So, like, where wings would come out and, like, connect to his body, instead, it's like these bone blades that come out of the side of his...
oh, Magnamalo?
Yes, Magnamalo. Yeah, I figured some of that stuff would throw you off. Good one. Good one. Yeah, his tail does look like a scorpion tail.
Stupid.
Cool thing of that is, Sasha, it's actually 3 different blades, and it can actually spread them and actually slice with them with the side ones. Like a pincher almost. All right. A base monster.
I just need a second to process this.
All good.
Okay, so it looks really stupid.
It
Is
does.
it Eon Kutku?
No, it is not Yingo.
That would be hilarious if you were right. All right. I just feel like... Okay. He has like a gorilla body and stance, but then he has this really stupid looking tail, like a ponytail that comes off of his butt, and I don't know, it's like he looks like he's half pony and half gorilla. But then, like, when you get to his face, then that's a whole nother story. It's okay. He's got saber-tooth teeth, and then he's got these he's got like a Fu Manchu
Mm-hmm.
So
And he's
Blanganga.
Yes, it is Blanganga.
Fu Manchu. I love that description.
Yeah, that dude, Blanganga has one of the coolest roars in Monster Hunter. He really does. It's just this ape man roar, just it's just so cool. Um, this monster used to legit scare me back in Generation 2 because he moves so much unlike other monsters, being a primitus. Um, Funny thing is, he never made it out of. He's in what was it, Generations, but before Generations, never made it out of Gen 2. Like,
Yeah.
even though Rajang, which is the other Primitus, has been in nearly every other Monster Hunter game since, uh, him and Kangalawa have only been in Generations and Gen 2. So,
Mm-hmm.
very, very interesting monsters that they don't use often. All right, so this next one is a base monster, and this one's probably going to be a little tough.
okay. Yeah, he looks definitely giving me like a little bit like Silt Strider vibes from Morrowind.
Mm, that's a good one.
So he looks like he's a giant insect. He's got two long antennas coming off of him. He's got, let's see, 1, 2, 3. He's got 6 legs, and they bend at looks like at the middle part of the leg. He looks a little. His body looks insect like, but it could be a bony carapace, but I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm.
Colors and such.
He's very earth toned colored. Looks like he would blend in very nicely with like on the side of a pond. Like I see like mostly gray, but his back I'm only seeing like almost like a bird's eye view or a worm's eye view of this thing. So I can only see like part of the top of it, and it looks like it has some green and some cream colored, like bone colored in it.
Okay.
Gonna guess Shara Ishvalda.
No. It is a Gen 2 monster.
Gen 2. Oh.
Its face kind of looks like a shrimp.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is this Daimyo Hermitar?
Nope.
Shogun Sanitar.
No.
What?
Yeah, I just blew Ace's mind there, apparently.
You said it's like insect-like?
Kind of, or like possibly crustacean. Possibly. Because like the longer I'm looking at it, it looks like its face looks like a shrimp or a lobster. But then it's got very long legs relative to its body. They're long and thin.
Shengoran.
Yes, Shengoran is correct. Giant
Alright.
enemy crab. It is indeed a crab. And like all the other crabs in Monster Hunter, it is wearing a skull of a giant monster on its back. Sasha.
That makes sense. Because I'm like looking at.
Yeah.
I thought it looks kind of bony.
The kind of the thing that the problem with this is it's giving you a point of view as if you were the hunter looking up at it. So, yeah, it's going to be kind of hard to describe. Now, it does give you a good sense of scale because it is very tall, and a Silt Strider from Morrowind would be like this.
It's very tall.
Only I'd played Morrowind.
Fair enough. yeah. I mean, Morrowind was pretty amazing, and I didn't even finish it. So,
Hmm.
alrighty. Next monster is a base monster.
Um,
I love the faces. Just confusion,
Yes, they have some
frustration,
weird
concern.
monsters.
all right.
Yes,
So
I agree with chat. Morrowind is amazing.
he's got like King Louis's body from Jungle Book, and it
I
looks
want to be
Congalala.
like you. Yeah, it's Congalala. It's like a mix between a purple baboon and a hippopotamus.
that's what I was gonna say. And he
Yeah.
has a hippo face.
Yeah.
He likes to throw shit with his tail.
Yeah, like this
No, and he's
blue
not saying.
mushroom he has.
And he's not saying. Yeah, he's got a blue mushroom in his tail in this picture, but he will throw actual poop. He is not lying. He will throw
And
poop.
farts, too.
Yep. In fact, Kingala it's like Chaos from Primal Rage, and then Blangonga is like Blizzard from Primal Rage, which are the two monkeys in the Primal Rage games. Which I know
And Congalala
you two
is
didn't
also
play those.
similar to Mario, depending on the mushrooms that he eats. He gets
Yeah.
different
Different
breath
powers.
abilities.
Different powers, yeah. All right, this is a base monster.
Yep, that's certainly a thing that is in a game.
Yep, a thing.
That's what that was.
All right, it looks like if a fox and a raptor had a baby.
Interesting. Okay.
Great Azuchi.
Yeah, that's it. Great
I was
Azuchi.
gonna say, because Great Azuchi is like very fox-like.
It reminds me. What is his name? One of the Koopa kids has that like slicked back white hair that looks like a mad scientist. He's got like the Koopa kid look. I don't remember which one it is, but yeah. Is he maybe? I don't know. Anyway, Great Azuchi. Nail on the head there. The scythe tail bird wyvern. So, all right. This one might be quick too. It is a base monster. And sorry, chat, if in case you're wondering, the reason what this is supposed to be usually an audio thing, so it's Sasha has to get us to guess what monster it is based on what she's saying. So,
Let us know how you did in the comments.
Okay, this thing looks. He's covered in fur. He kind of looks like he's got like a polar bear body and a rabbit face. And you know, like Donphan, he's got like
yeah,
armor on his head.
yeah, okay. I never thought would have made that connection myself, but yeah, Dawn fan. Okay.
So I'm gonna guess Lagombi.
Yeah, Lagombi's totally correct. I knew this one was going to be fast.
The penguin bunny bear.
The penguin bunny bear.
Yep.
He does slide on his belly like a penguin at you. He just... And he lives in the snow, obviously. Obviously. This is a deviant.
He looks like a bone crab. And based on the coloring of his front claws, he kind of looks like maybe he lives in very warm waters. Like, I would not be surprised if he came from Hawaii. So like the back, his shell is very crown-like, and it's bone colored, and then the front claws are red with like dark.
This Stonefist Hermitar?
It is correct. That is Stonefist Hermitar.
Yeah, because the red had me questioning. I was like, Terra Shogun, but that's not a deviant.
Yeah. This is an interesting one. So hopefully you get it. This is what they call a rare species.
Uh, okay. I mean, this picture looks like he was designed by Blizzard. And it's very much like Wrath of the Lich King vibes. He looks like he has maybe electric energy. This looks. He looks like he's. I can't even say he's a dragon, but he's got like a dragon-like tail. It looks like maybe he could be like a flying worm or something. But
But
he has like
worm.
I don't know, like worm, like Wyrm.
Wyrm. Dragon worm.
Wyrm.
Yeah.
Right. That's what it. He looks like just like a squiggly S in this picture.
Yeah.
Got.
You're actually looking at him from behind, so that kind of doesn't give a great perspective. Yeah.
He looks like he's electrically charged. His body is mostly black with like electric blue. Accents.
Is this Abyssal Lagiacrus?
That is correct. Abyssal Lagiacrus. So Lagiacrus is what they call a Leviathan, which are water wyverns, essentially. So, you got it.
Is he swimming?
Yeah, he is swimming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just like he's.
But there's no indication of water when you have a negative space like that. So, yeah, this is a good description given the picture you were given. So, kudos.
I was like, the only things that I can think of in Monster Hunter that are like worm-like are the early stage of the boss in Stories 2 and Geismagorm.
Raviente from Frontier is a straight up worm-looking dragon. Yeah.
Yeah, but I assume you're not doing Frontier monsters, because that would absolutely fuck me up.
We had one. There's going to be a couple, but they are what I feel are iconic ones versus every Frontier monster, because I don't know all Frontier monsters because I never got to play it. So this next one is a subspecies.
Is he farting?
Yes.
Emerald Kangala?
Yes. Yes.
Dead giveaway. Dead giveaway.
Yeah. 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 Okay.
Is it farting? That could be like pretty much one of three things: Kangala, Emerald Kangala, or Volvodon.
Right. So this is a subspecies.
This guy's got like a T-Rex body, and he's got wings that are they look like they're electrically charged, and he's got his mouth wide open, and it looks like he's got pretty purple or purplish blue charge coming out of his, like, inside of his mouth, and it matches.
Fulgur
Anjanath is correct.
I just had to remember the first part. Yes. Also one of the coolest monsters because he's got like a really, like, I would say Godzilla-esque roar that he gives off.
I think that's what he's doing in the picture.
Yeah, he's a fun monster.
Yeah, because like the normal Anjanath is just like a normal, like, almost like one of the T-Rexes from Jurassic Park, but then he gets like, it's almost like he gets EDM'd and his dance gets electronic musically charged.
Yep.
Because it has like sort of that Godzilla electric crackly sound to it.
Yeah. Yep. So this is another subspecies.
He looks like he's made of rock. But like maybe he's reptilian. He appears to be digging into rocks, and he's got a very red face. It's got like stone spikes. They're not even like spikes because they're blunt on the end. Stones coming, like ridges coming out of his, all along his back.
Is it like darker coloration, lighter coloration?
The stone spike things coming out of his back are bone colored, and then his body appears to be like the color of stone, like grayish stones.
You said this is a subspecies for it?
Yes, I did.
He just
Sounding
looks like a nose in need deserves puffs plus indeed.
This is sounding to me like Black Gravios, but
Nope. It is time for my second clue, which will be it is a 3rd gen monster.
He seems like maybe he lives in a rocky boulder, maybe a cave type place.
Mm-hmm.
I think he walks on all fours, but he is digging, so I cannot tell what his front arms or legs look like. I can't tell.
Got you.
they're like really throwing me off.
I don't know. He kind of just seems like if he was a Pokemon, you would probably restore him from a fossil.
Yeah. All right, time for my last clue. This is a brute wyvern.
Is it Rust or Rambrose?
Nope.
What the hell is going on?
You're messing up.
Apparently.
So far, we've only had to give you one. You've only timed out on one of them, so done pretty good.
This
tonight.
one's just throwing me off.
Yeah, I can see how.
I don't know why. He's rocky appearing?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of, yes. And then, like, the stuff that's coming out of his back is giving me, like, bone stump vibes. Like if he had bone spikes that were all shaved off blunt, like a stump.
What in the hell?
That's time. So, quick guess, or you want to...
No, I'm screwed, I guess.
Steel Urigan.
Oh. Yeah, I haven't fought him much yet in Free Ultimate.
Yeah, Steel Urigan. Urigan, he rolls up in a ball, and he actually uses... I would call them like more like stone pillars, but he actually curls up in a ball and rolls, and knows how keep him rolling. But yeah.
I can see that.
Oh yeah,
tail
and he technically farts too, but it's technically sulfur.
Yeah. Also, what he's doing there,
Cute.
he's not digging. He's actually slamming his chin into the ground. There's a reason.
Is that why his face is so red?
No, the Steel Urigan for some reason just has a very red chin. But we like to call him Jalenosaurus because of his giant chin.
I like the Fairly Odd Parents meme of "Here comes the Crimson Chin."
Mm-hmm. This is a base monster.
This very much reminds me of, was that Falcor from Neverending Story?
Yes, that is his name. Yeah.
Yeah, this kind of reminds me of that. I think he's serpentine. He kind of looks like maybe he's flying.
Hizutsune?
Yep. I can see the Falcor putting you on that track, though.
I can't.
Coloration?
Yeah, he's. I mean, he's not quite like totally white, but he looks like he has white scales on his body. And then he's got these like long, pretty drapey things coming off of his face that are, two of them are yellow. And look,
Matsu?
Yes, Amatsu. It is
Okay.
it is a flying wind dragon. You were very, very close to what it was, Sasha. Yeah, it's a very, very fun fight.
The embodiment of the storm.
Yeah.
The
All
way I
right.
like to put it, whereas Kushala Daora is a tornado, Amatsu is a hurricane.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so this next one is a Deviant.
he's very pretty with his colors. I mean, he's not pretty. He looks like a bone crab, but like not a crab. Because like his whole body looks like a mouth, like a jaw, and then he's got like his tips of his front. I don't even know if they're claws are blue, and then purple, and like Hot Wheel car color almost.
Yeah, like those.
Is this
Yeah.
Rust Razor Cenatar?
Yes, it is Rust Razor. You're actually looking at it from behind. It has a skull of a Glavenus on its back, which is why you see the big mouth.
Okay.
And Glavenus jaws are sort of like natural whetstones for that monster.
Mm-hmm.
So this crab likes to
Sharpen its
addictively
claws.
sharpen its claws over and over again in the jaws.
Mm-hmm. This is a base monster.
He's pretty boring. All right. He looks okay. He walks on two legs, and he's got wings. I don't know. He looks like he would be on the cover of like a Megadeth album, and he's got like these gigantic horns that come off. Like they're comically large as they come off of his head, and then they come to a nice small tip. They are, looks like they start off kind of bone colored, and then they turn not quite black, but very close to black as you get to the tip. He's also got the same kind of like fleshy bat wings as the Jeepers Creepers guy, but his body is a lot more like crocodile like with this, but he's walking on two legs. He's got very big teeth, very sharp teeth,
Mm-hmm.
and sharp claws. Almost talon-like, but not bird-like talons. They look more like bone-like talons.
You said the horns like come together?
No. They come out like a bull, but they're comically large.
Okay, is this Rajang?
No.
No! Oh my god.
All right, it's time for my second clue. This is a 5th gen monster.
You said it walks on 2 legs?
Yes. He
Does it
looks
have
like
wings?
Yes, he does. And they're like they're pretty big. I think he could fly. I don't think they're cosmetic wings.
Yeah. Just about everything that has wings in Monster Hunter can fly, even if they are cosmetic. Just about.
He looks like he could punch you, like knock you out with a fist, or could like gut you open like a fish.
See, that still sounds like Rajang to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because all Rajang does is fucking punch.
I have another clue that might help. His body, better clue. Not crocodile, but killer croc from like the Arkham games.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. This is my final
But with
clue.
wings.
He is a elder dragon. An elder dragon.
Is this Geisbergorm?
Nope.
He has a tail. I thought I mentioned that too.
I felt a very after the fact, like, he has a tail. Not important, but he has a tail.
If it helps. He also has a tail.
It's not Garangolm, is it?
Mm-mm.
What in the shit fuck?
I hear my dog growling now. My dog's angry that you're not. Actually, she's probably just having another dream. All right, that is time. Well, almost time. I stopped it at 59.59. I don't know if you can see that on the camera or not, but literally the 0.1 before. So it is Nergigante.
What? Where's my porcupine hint?
Because
I mean, like, I can't see that perspective. I see some spikes on his head, but
I will show you the picture, Ace. Okay. Next one is a base monster.
well, he looks like an ice dragon, or like he lives somewhere that's very cold.
Okay.
He's got like very light gray colored body, and then his wings, when they spread out, look like they're white. And with the gray body, it looks like there could be like some purple in that, maybe like purplish gray.
You said this is a base monster?
Mm-hmm.
He is flying in this picture, I think. I don't know. He looks like he's got a kind of a long neck. Looks like his bottom jaw is bigger than his top jaw, but that could just be the angle.
Does he have any horns or anything like that?
Oh, I don't think he has horns. What I can't tell what these are is he's got like this purple thing coming up off the top of his head, but it doesn't look like it's a horn.
Yeah, and it is a first gen monster. All right, go blow my nose again.
He also has a tail. And then I don't know if it helps with the description of the tail, but it looks like The tail gets a little bit bigger, like almost bulbous at the end, and then it's got like spikes that come off of it.
This isn't Gravios, is it?
No. We are at 10 seconds almost now with 10 till the
Yay!
It looks like he walks on 2 legs when he is on the ground, and then his arms, I think, are just connected to the wings. Like, he doesn't have separate arms from his wings.
Okay. Final clue from me. This is a flying wyvern.
Silver Wrathalos?
This is a base monster. Clue number 1.
Fuck. You said he's like white in coloration?
Where his wings open up are, yes. His wings look like they're light, like white. And then his body, his scales are like a purplish gray, grayish purple. I'm terrible with colors. Sorry.
It's okay. Colors are usually a really easy identifier for the monsters, but it makes it less interesting, in my opinion. Like,
It's not Yeon Garuga, is it?
it is Ian Garuga.
It is?
Yep.
He's in first gen? I thought second gen for some
Monster
reason.
Hunter G. Is where he appears.
Okay. Yay, I got it.
All right. Base monster.
He looks like a T-Rex wyvern. Like he's got a T-Rex head, but then he has wings.
I'm gonna guess Tigrex? Tigrex?
Tigrex is correct. Tigrex. Officially it's Tigrex, but I like to call it Tigrex.
I mean, it's got the stripes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. If you look closely, there's blue stripes on the yellow body. Hard to tell with 5th gen, because the 5th gen renders are very muted colors. Alright. Ready for a big one?
Okay.
This is a base monster. Get ready for Sasha's reaction.
This looks like something from Beetlejuice, honestly. He is like all white and he's got a real dopey looking face. Really long neck, almost eel like, and then it looks like his face is just a mouth. He has wings. I guess since you said that they're functional, they probably are, but I have to see it to believe it. His wings honestly look smaller than his neck. And he's got like incest teeth. Like hills have eyes. He looks like the hills have eyes.
Is this Yamatsukami?
No. No.
Incest teeth.
Yes. I just don't know how else to describe that.
Oh boy.
Color me confused.
I don't think he has eyes. If he has eyes, they are like just two little like. It looks like you just pressed them into dough. If he has eyes, I don't see them.
This isn't Giginox, is it?
No.
This is hands down the ugliest monster you have shown me as well.
A lot of people would agree.
Khezu?
That is correct. I was just about to give you the Gen 1 clue. Kazoo. This is, a lot of people call this the penis wyvern because when it closes its mouth, it looks like a penis. And it stretches. That is its neck stretched.
Yeah.
It's, a lot of people in Japan like it and think it's cute because it has the, its
Think it's
Japanese
cute?
pronunciation is,
Fudu
furu
fudu.
furu.
Fudu fudu is how you say it in Japanese. Fudu fudu. And...
But they think it's cute.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It is...
Okay.
Yeah, it is very phallic. It is regularly called the penis wyvern.
I can see
It's
that.
also famous for making Twitch streamers rage quit.
One Twitch streamer, yes. Yes. Which was a big ordeal at the time. All right. Next one is a base monster.
Interesting. He looks very Lovecraftian to me in the face. He looks like he's got kind of like Godzilla body, but when you get to the face, it's very Tulu.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what those are on his face. They're like spike tentacles. They're not tentacles, but they're like hanging there, kind of like Cthulhu's, but they're like little spikes, just like what's on his back. And he's drooling very heavily, probably because he doesn't have lips.
This guy's Magorm?
Nope.
He's green. He like definitely has like Godzilla coloring.
Limbs and such?
He's got like non-functional little arms on the top here, like even smaller than T-Rex arms, it looks like. And he's got like pretty big, like 2 legs that he walks on, I guess. He's got a like his tail is
Oh, is this Piccolo Joe?
Yes, this is Devil Joe. So Devil Joe, a lot of people call him the Angry Pickle. There's actually teeth, and he works like a shark, except his teeth go upwards instead of inwards.
okay.
So the Cthulhu things you're talking about are actually his teeth that go all the way down his chin and up his snout.
And as we confirmed, I think in 3 Ultimate, even in death, his teeth can still hurt you.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. They're so spiky.
I think we proved that by me specifically standing directly in them and fainting on purpose.
Okay. Here's the next one. Let me open this up real quick. I believe this is a deviant.
Interesting. He has interesting looking wings. The wings are honestly like they don't look like any kind of flesh. They almost look like they're fabric. The wings do. They're brown and then they have yellow design through them. Then his body is scaly, black and dark red. He looks like I don't know, he looks more insect-like than dragon-like, but he has like a dragon-type body. But like his wings look almost like moth wings or something.
Okay.
Is Gormagala?
Nope.
Astalos?
Nope. This is a deviant.
What was the coloration again?
So his body is, the scales are like a dark red and black. And he's got some spiky coming off of him too that look like dark black or brownish. And then his wings are like 1970s aesthetic, brown and like a gross yellow accent design through it.
This is something
Oh,
that
is this Dread King Wrathalos?
that is correct. Dread King Wrathalos. Yep. Okay. This is a base monster.
It's kind of stupid looking. This could just be the angle though. He looks like, oh man. He looks like dinosaurs are trying really hard to evolve into just like an ostrich, or like a pterodactyl is trying to evolve into an ostrich. So he's got wings, but he's got like this big, comically large foot that I'm looking at. He's got feathers. His feathers are very, very multicolored, bright. They are like teal on the tail feathers. His body feathers look like they're orange and maybe like a purple magenta. Like,
Is this Hypnocatrice?
That is correct. Hypnocatrice.
Okay.
This is actually one of the cool monsters that I like from Generation 2. This is one of the few ones that entered the mainline games or from Frontier. This is a bird wyvern that does sleep. He spits a sleep acid at you that you just fall asleep. And then he just pecks you while you're asleep.
And or kicks you with his super strong legs.
Yeah. This is a subspecies.
this thing looks like it swims in the water. It is really like it's bright yellow, but its whole body is not solid colored bright yellow. It looks like its body has a darker color, maybe like it could be black, but it is mostly accented with this bright yellow. It has bull horns, but it looks like a fish or like an eel. No, not an eel because it's got little fins.
You said it's a subspecies?
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying it looks like it swims in the water?
It looks like it swims in the water, and like based on this like yellow, this like highlighter yellow that's accenting its body, it looks like maybe that's how you can see it in the water. I don't know.
Does it have wings and whatnot?
I don't see wings. I see like tiny little fins on the side, and then at the tail end of it, it looks like it splits off into two kind of small fins.
This is a Gen 3 monster.
There's like actual bull horns, like minotaur horns or something.
Anything else for us, Sasha?
No.
Got 30 seconds until your
It's like-
final clue.
The tail looks a little bit like tadpole-ish to me.
Tab-ish?
Tadpole.
Tadpole?
Yeah.
And this is a subspecies?
Yeah.
What?
All right. It is final clue before we give up. It is an elder dragon. An elder dragon. Sorry. Proper English.
Is this Mr. Chimney Stack Elder Dragon, the Black Dragon?
Subspecies. Yeah, this is getting ace on this one. Sasha, you did a pretty good job. It is swimming. Got about
It's
10 seconds.
It's an Elder Dragon?
Mm-hmm.
What the shit? Oh, Goldbeard Cetus?
Yep. You got it at 59.97.
Man.
Goldbeard Cetus is correct. Woo!
See, we need to finish 3 Ultimate together so I can remember more of these.
Maybe. I'm on a Mass Effect kick. We'll talk about at some point because I have finished 2. I am a good ways into 3, although I still have a long way to go in 3. It sounded like 3 is a long journey. So, all right, this next one is a base monster.
Well, he looks very cold. He looks like he's made of ice. He's walking on all 4s. He has a very sharp nose. It honestly looks like an icicle that comes to a point. His nose does. And then
Zamtrios?
Yes, Zamtrios. Yep. He is a shark. He's like a frog shark.
I can see it.
Yeah. So
I should show you a clip from one of the Monster Hunter YouTubers I like, where he was playing with his friend and introduced him to this monster for the first time. Because this guy actually puffs up to like 3 or 4 times its natural size.
Okay, you ready for the next one?
Yep.
Subspecies.
Oh. Does appear to be an episode of My 600-Pound Life. He is very big. He's got a very big belly, and he's just laying on it. It just looks like a shark that ate a lot. Like so much that he just could not eat anymore.
The very hungry shark.
Yes.
This Tiger Stripe Zamtrios?
Yep, just by randomization, the base and subspecies are beside each other. Yep.
Nice.
So
This one acts like what are those hopping things that kids used to like sit on?
yeah,
Like I forget what they're called, but like almost like medicine balls, but when they have like the handles on them.
Yeah. All right, this one is a base monster.
Oh, he's a very interesting head. His head looks like a manta ray, or like a stingray.
Mm-hmm.
But he's flying. He's just the head looks like a stingray. His body looks a little bit more like a flying raptor, but the head is a stingray.
Mm-hmm.
His wings are like a little yellowish. His body looks like earthy green, like a dark neutral greenish color.
Okay.
This isn't Namiel, is it?
No.
And he looks, I can't
Stingray.
tell if that is like,
Oh wait,
that
is
like rain?
Cephadrome?
Yes, Cephadrome.
Okay.
Yeah. Good one. Good catch. This is a Deviant. We're going by much quicker on these.
I think we did this one. I think that we did this little penguin Donphan thing. He looks just like him, but his legs are brown instead of
No
white.
Baron Logambi?
That is correct. Snow Baron Lagambi. So, yeah, he's a Deviant of the original Lagambi. The difference with this one is he picks up those snowballs that are just
Massive snowballs.
giant. This is a subspecies.
He lives in a volcano. He's a dragon, I think. His wings actually look like they are made of lava. Like, his body is black, but as you get to the wings, they look exactly like lava.
So is this underwater chimney snack dragon?
No.
Blanking on the name. It's been a while since I played any 3 Ultimate 420.
No, it is not Chimney Stack Dragon. And Chimney Stack Dragon that you're talking about, his name is Dire Morales.
Yes, there it is.
This is not him.
He looks like he is coming out of the lava. Like he lives in it, honestly, is what it looks like to me.
Mm-hmm.
You said this is a subspecies?
Yes.
Do you say that he looks dragon-like, or
Yeah, he does.
is this Crimson Fatalis?
No. Second hint, this is a first gen monster.
What's the coloration?
The head and neck they look black, or they are like a very, very dark red, like very dark charred red. And then as you get to the body, it starts to look like coals of a fire that's getting ready to go out. And then his wings are coming out of the lava, so I can't tell if they're orange or if they are actually the color of lava.
We got about 15 seconds till the final clue.
Not Black Gravios, is it?
That is correct. Black Gravios. He's just
Alright.
emerging from lava. So that is actual lava coming off of him, Sasha. He is in action total all black. So
Gotcha.
it's a confusing picture. I get it. This is a fun one. I like this one. This is a rare species, I think, is what as well. Could be a subspecies. I'm gonna double check on that terminology, but she can start describing it.
Okay. He's he has got very cool colors. He's very like Halloween colors. He is flying. He looks like he's a dragon. His wings are very big. And they look like they have. His wings look like they're covered in feathers or fur, and then they're black, but as you get to the top part near where his claws are purple, like Beetlejuice purple. But the feathers on the wings look yellow, accented yellow. His spikes are like scales on his body. His body is black, and then it's accented with yellow spikes and yellow scales and purple scales. Looks like his mouth, when it's open, is purple, Beetlejuice purple, and his nose has a spike.
It is a variant, is the actual terminology.
A Beetlejuice variant.
Yeah. 4th gen.
Looks like there's smoke coming off of him. I don't know if it's smoke or clouds, so he could be flying up really, really high, or it could be smoke. I can't tell.
Okay.
He has really long talons. Really long purple talons.
Mm-hmm.
Is this chaotic Gormagala?
That is correct.
Cool.
So, Gormagala goes through a process of because Gormagala is young, and it molts and sort of becomes Shagaru Magala, which is considered a different monster, but it is just the adult form. There's a process in which the molting or the process gets stuck halfway, resulting in chaotic Gormagala.
Beetlejuice Gormagala.
Yes. Alrighty. So this one is a base monster.
All right. This thing has like insect wings. Have you played the DLC in Skyrim? Because it looks like the things that come out of the pods in the Falmer
Said
dungeons.
insect wings, so I'm going to guess Astalos.
No.
It's the wings in the picture look like they're fluttering, kind of like dragonfly wings. But its body is disgusting. It it is not. It does not look like a dragonfly. The body looks like it's black, and then its front, I don't know what you even want to call those things, are orange, and then the top of its head has, I don't even know what to call this. I have no frame of reference other than it has like an insect body, but like carapace, I don't know. Also has that orange on the tip of it. Its legs are thinner than its front arms.
Is it like a bug?
Yeah,
Or...
it looks like a bug.
It
looks like an armored bug.
Gen 4.
Is it Celtis?
Yes, it is Celtis.
Okay.
Okay, Sasha, I'm going to give you 2 pictures for this next one.
Okay.
The reason being is the original picture is not the greatest, but I am pulling from the official Wikia. So there's going to be 2 pictures. So wait until you have both pictures. Because honestly, the first one isn't a great one.
Until it's classic.
Okay. The first picture and the second picture look like they came from totally different games.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the first picture, its legs look a lot thinner than the second picture. Based on the second picture, this looks like an older game.
Same game. Just one's an official render and one's in-game screenshot.
I don't even know where to start with this. I don't even know what that is.
This is a subspecies, by the way.
It has... Okay. In the picture from the game, it has really big bone spikes coming out of it. But in the picture from the wiki, it has like little spikes coming out of it. And it looks like it has antenna. 2 long antenna. It looks like it's walking on all 4s, but it could have more than 4 legs. Honestly, my brain is having a very difficult time working this one out.
Yeah.
So is mine.
Here's a...
I just don't know.
Here's a front shot. This might help.
Okay, it has more than 4 legs, I think. It's looking a little more insect-like from here, maybe even like a spider.
Gen 4.
And instead of antenna, it almost looks like it's like it could grab, like those are legs or that arms that it could grab you with, but that are shorter than the legs it's standing on.
Nercilla?
Huh?
Nercilla?
Subspecies.
Shrouded Nercilla.
Yes, shrouded Nercilla. So
what is it?
Shrouded Nercilla. So Nercilla is a spider that covers itself in the hide of other monsters. And remember the kazoo, the penis wyvern? It's actually covered in a kazoo hide. And those yellow bone spikes are actually crystals that grow out of it. The first picture, believe it or not, and I'm going to show this one to Ace in the chat because it has to be believed on how terrible this picture is actually it erupting from the sand from below. And what you saw was antenna, or actually its jaws trying to snap shut. So that is the one case where I have seen that, like, the given picture is not sufficient to describe it. So that one takes a bit of explaining because it is a spider.
Yeah.
Or also known as a Temnocerans. All the spiders are called Temnocerans in Monster Hunter. All right, so this one, much easier one, is a base monster.
He's pretty boring. He looks like a stone dragon. He's like literally like the color of cement. He's very unremarkable, other than
Gravios? Basarios?
he's like got like a long single spike on his chin, his bottom jaw. And looks like he's got on his tail, looks like it's got, actually looks almost like quills rather than spikes. I got nothing else. His body looks more like a
Gen 1.
His body looks like a dinosaur with wings.
I will say this. I will make this comment. I do not like the 5th gen renders of these monsters. They are not very good. They're very muted in their colors. Got a couple seconds to your next, to your final clue, which I don't think is going to help you too much.
You said as a first gen monster?
Yes. Base, first gen, and final clue. It is a flying wyvern.
You said its tail has like spikes on it?
Kind of. No, they look almost like quills though. They're very thin. They start as spikes and they thin out.
This is a base monster, or
Yes.
and then what for the coloration?
He's the color of cement.
Is this Rathian?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, Wrathian's supposed to be green. It's not a good render of the color.
I can kind of see some green, but no, he just looks like sidewalk to me.
And fun fact, Wrathians are all female. They are the female. There's a huge, what do they call that? A sexual dimorphism between the Wrathian and the Wrathalos. The Wrathaloses are males. Wrathians are females of the same species.
Nido Kings and Nido Queens.
Kinda, yeah. All right, this is a base monster. Got about like 13 more minutes until we're going to stop for tonight on this.
Right. This thing walks on all fours. He looks like he moves like a. He looks like he moves like a gecko. But his head. He's got like python or no, like cobra or snake front teeth. He looks like he's venomous.
Yes, Great Gyros. And yeah, he kind of is venomous. He paralyzes you with his mouth. Great Gyros is correct. All right.
And he does actually have like a cobra hood too.
Yep. This is a... I want to make sure. Yes, okay. This is a base monster.
This looks like something that the Witcher fights. Yeah, he does not. He doesn't look like anything you've shown me before. This looks like the thing from the ritual, or like he's got like
a Leshen.
It is the Leshen.
Yeah.
It is something the Witcher fights. You know why? Because it's the Witcher crossover monster. He fights a Leshen.
Yeah.
So that one was pretty quick for you, Sasha, because you are a Witcher fan. So.
And
yeah.
Then there's also an ancient Leshen, which is even harder.
Mm-hmm. That one's quick. Here's another one. This is a subspecies. I'm going to enjoy this one.
Okay. This thing just doesn't look like it belongs from the same games. It looks like a mix between those things that spit in Jurassic Park and like a bird. So it's got like a pelican beak, but it's got like that hood around its head. Looks like it's little, but it's got wings. They kind of look like they're just really annoying. Or that they like attack you in packs. He's got like a teal body. And that like little hood around his head is green and yellow.
Gen 1.
Blue Cuckoo?
Yes, blue Yin Kaku. Yep. He looks goofy.
And the hood thing is actually its ears.
Mm-hmm.
Got giant ears, which makes it super susceptible to sound.
All right. This is a base monster.
Interesting. All right. This thing has wings, and with its wings spread out, it looks like a star.
Shigaru Magala.
That is correct. Yep. Shagaru Magala. Yeah, that's a good one. It's a tough fight. It's very, very tough fight at times. All right. Next one is a base monster.
Okay. He's pretty cool. This he has very big wings. Very big wings. He walks on all fours, and then his wings are like coming over him like creating almost like a hood. And he looks like looks like the wings are black on the back, but then on the inside of the wings they're dark blue and accented like orange.
Namiel?
Yes, Namiele. It's actually bioluminescence, and it actually has a track light. It just just like sort of rainbows down. It's actually a really cool monster. It's supposed to resemble
Yeah, he looks cool.
like a deep sea kind of like thing. He was actually the first dual type monster too. It is both lightning and water typed.
Yeah, and it also has a appearance feature. When it uses up its water, it becomes a lot less saturated with its color, sort of like coral that gets bleached.
Yeah.
So when it's dehydrated, it looks a lot more pale and muted.
Yep. This is a base monster.
It's cute. All right. He looks a little bit like a gargoyle with hot pink tips. Like his frosted tips are magenta. He's like a light stone color. Walks on 2 feet. His arms are
wings
connected.
or anything?
Yes, his arms are connected to his wings. He's got his arms out like this, and then his wings come down, connect to his body. He's got a big horn, and his horn has got a nice hot pink on the tip of that, too. I'm sure it's not hot pink for real. It just looks pink.
Mm-hmm.
What coloration is his body again?
His body is a very, very light, like, I don't want to call it white, and I don't want to call it cream. It's like a light stone color, almost.
Okay.
If he was white,
really
he is
wanna
very
say
dirty.
Second gen.
Palumu, but I don't think so. Second gen?
Mm-hmm.
Is Kieran?
No. All right.
He has so like the spikes that come off of his wings are pink. And his nose looks like a rhino horn, but it's tipped pink. Looks like his toenails are pink too.
Yeah. This is a flying wyvern.
What the hell? How many blankets hard on some of these? You said it's what type of monster?
Flying wyvern.
And which generation first?
Second.
Second?
Got about 25 seconds until I call it quits on this one. I think we're just going to finish out this row. We only got 2 more in this row, and we'll be probably good for tonight. We'll
What the hell?
We'll be done with the first 5 rows. We got through a lot
It's
more
a
this week.
base or a subspecies?
It's a base. All right, that is time. It's Espinus. Technically, Espinus started in Gen 2. We haven't seen it until Gen 5 in the United States, but it is a Gen 2 monster.
Boo.
Espinus. I really love this monster. It's one of my favorite monsters that came in Sunbreak. All right, so the next one is a base monster. We're doing this one and then one more tonight.
Okay. He's... Oh, I don't even know where to start. He looks like he lives maybe in like the jungle or in some kind of marshland. He's got like grassy, mossy stuff on his back, but he's got a like hippo body, but not a hippo mouth. He doesn't even look like he has teeth. If he has teeth, there I don't see them. He's a very big belly.
Is this our
Webbed feet.
Kappa boy from Rise? Tetranodon?
Yes.
Woo!
Tetranodon. Yep, he is the turtle duck. That's what I like to call him. With a big belly. All right, final one of the night. This is a base monster. Oops, I didn't hit enter.
All right. So he's a crab. And he's got... His body looks like a light red, almost pinkish. But his claws are... At least underneath, because I'm looking at a worm's eye view of him. His claws underneath look like they're white or like a light blue. They're pretty big claws. He's got a bone shell, and it's like crown-like with the spikes coming off of the back of it.
So, Daimyo Hermitar?
That is correct. Daimyo Hermitar. Yep, it is wearing the skull of Monoblos.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I could subliminal message her to saying scythe-like claws or like traditional like hermit crab.
They're very straightforward
Claws.
shot of the claws in the picture, so it's not you won't see the mitten crabs or the scythe. It's very straight on shot of the hands. Yeah, just had to check. Yes, Monoblos is in the list at some point. And to make sure. All right, that's it for tonight. We got through a lot of more monsters this time with the timer. I think that worked pretty well. We also didn't have to go back and forth, which helped. So, Sasha, what do you think so far?
It's fun.
Okay.
I don't know. I do really like the very first one you showed me, the owl one.
Mm-hmm.
He was pretty cool. And I liked that bioluminescent dragon. He was really cool too.
Yeah. Now, I'm pretty
He's the two
sure
teeth.
I'm pretty sure Monster Hunter and World is on Game Pass.
Maybe.
I'm not sure.
I know it's at least on PlayStation subscription. Interesting thing about Nightcloak Malfestio and Malfestio is that they introduced a new status called Confusion that inverts your controls.
Not doing your argument for why I should play the game any favors.
But if it's on Game Pass, the Namielle, the one that was the bioluminescent one, is an Iceborne, which is the world. Could be on Game Pass. I don't know if Iceborne is on Game Pass or if it would just be just World. I don't know if it is at all. I know it's free for PlayStation Plus users. I know that.
We can squad up, and we could start a whole new group playthrough.
I'd
do it that
I'd
book
start
club
over.
style too.
Yeah, I'd start over in World. Yeah, I'd do it. Yeah, I have some. We get to the Game of the Year talk about Sunbreak. Sunbreak has dropped off my list entirely of Game of the Year this year.
Because of Mass Effect?
Partially. The other fact is the end game infuriates me in Sunbreak. I actively hate the end game. I love the game. I actively hate the end game. So right now, as of today, I will say Sunbreak is sitting in the honorable mention spot for my Game of the Year.
Wow.
Don't like the curio quests?
No, fuck them. I'm serious. I've had it up to here, above the camera, above my head, with bullshit, fake. What do I call it? I don't know. I don't even know what to call it now. More fake difficult quests. Like I don't hate. I don't want to see another mechanic that is. Here is monster. Here is monster with superpower that makes it harder. I don't want to see that. I never want to see that. I hate it. I don't care. That is not content to me. Like Hyper, Apex, yeah, like all of it. Done. Yeah. Hate it. Afflicted is the new one. I hate afflicted monsters. I don't like fighting them. So when we get the update, I'm hunting the new monsters that come out and saying F it all to the afflicted stuff. Not even touching it. I don't care.
I don't know. I like the essences to roll for extra skills and or defense points on your armor.
I'm not sure I like RNG. I'm not
of it.
sure I like RNG on crafting. There's already RNG on materials. I just don't.
Yeah.
I'm not. That doesn't infuriate me. That's just like, whatever. You know, I'm not hating on that. It is content, and I'm glad if people like it. But for me, I'm done. No. Absolutely not. And it has turned Sunbreak into not my favorite Monster Hunter game. And this is because of the updates. The updates killed this for me. Like, it's almost similar to the problem, Sasha, of like you like a game and then you go for the completionist run of it and then you no longer like it. Like that's what has happened to me with Sunbreak.
That's unfortunate.
Which normally I love the completionist run. So if I entirely ignored the afflicted stuff, I wouldn't care. I really wouldn't. It might be number one this year if I didn't have afflicted stuff to deal with. But I do, and I did.
Gotcha.
Sorry, I had a rant that came out of nowhere. It was the most passionate I've been about, like, something in a while. And I...
No, that's fine. Also,
artificial difficulty is what I've been calling it. Finally came to my mind.
Also, like I mentioned earlier, I'm sure you don't care too much, but I also finally fell to TikTok, so I'll be posting gaming and Monster Hunter related stuff there.
You want us to? When
And
we
then-
normally give out the stuff at the end, you want us to tell you to have your TikTok as well?
I mean, it's basically the same.
Okay.
Just Age Badger Gaming.
Okay.
I don't know, and I might end up creating a whole separate one just for political shit because because of who I am and how I can't stop myself.
You just want the human drama in your life.
Well, it's the thing of like, I don't want that to become my gaming channel or like my gaming
Right.
persona.
Which is
And
a
I
good
struggle with that on Twitter a lot, even though I have, my main account and then my
which is
Ace
why
Badger
we
account.
very rarely take on such issues in this podcast, because I don't want to be political in this stuff. Like I'm okay being somewhat political in real life, and I will talk about that stuff. It's not something I aspire to do, unless something is really on my mind, which is pretty rare. But yeah, that's why on this show I don't like to talk too much about politics unless like we do the news shows. I think sometimes we touch on it.
Yeah.
But that's we're hitting gaming news and some other news and sometimes. And then we've had an actual political episode too.
Yeah.
One or two, I think. When we had, the riots that happened in 2020 and that kind of stuff, and we felt we needed to, I mean, I felt like I needed to talk about it. That's pretty rare. Like it's, yeah.
I will say off of recent news, fuck leakers, and I hope eventually one of these days a company who gets their content, whatever work it is, leaked. As I went off on Twitter, I hope one of these days one of these companies will just say, fuck it, fine, and just scrap the whole project right then and there.
That has
Because-
happened. That actually has happened because of leakers. At least one other time. I don't remember what it was, but people were pretty upset at the company for doing it. I don't remember.
I honestly couldn't care less. I hope it happens one of these
think
days
it was
because I'm tired of.
I think it was Nintendo. I think Nintendo canceled a whole game because someone leaked it.
Cool. I'm tired of seeing all these fucking people going out and
I don't know
digging and hacking and.
I don't
finding
want to
leaks.
know
I did
what the
see
content is, but what was leaked. I don't want to know the content, but what was leaked.
Someone leaked GTA footage and like stills and stuff like that, and I think they apparently threatened to leak more. But I saw an update today that apparently the leaker has been arrested.
Yeah, because
like,
they're
good. But I hope
stuff.
one of these days, like, just a company will say screw it and just scrap the whole project because, like, to me, in my opinion, from what I've witnessed over the last like 5 to 10 years, is that leaks do nothing but taint whatever project it is forever.
Yeah.
Because it either destroys people's expectations or it caps their expectations way too high. And then the project is just ruined for so many people after that point. And I think, like I've always said, you should always save your opinion of something until you actually experience it. Instead of just like forming your opinion based off of like some little tidbit of information that you get
Right.
before the thing's even out.
Okay.
But it's what our culture is like right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of is. So, next week, we are going to be doing another quiz, I believe. Let me double check that.
Yes. It's the first.
Yep, it is smack dab on the first day possible. The first. 1st of October. Um,
Nice.
Holy cow. Never mind. Okay. Sorry. I had an epiphany about something. And unrelated.
Hunter's Hub will change your life and make you have sudden realizations.
No, I was like, okay, October, right? I was thinking October, right? And I remembered the last time I ranted about a date was in November. And then the only date I've had since has been in April. So it was like, I'm like, we're getting up on a year since 2 dates ago. Like, that I've talked to someone. But anyways, that's where my brain went. I was like, because I particularly remembered me being upset about that girl ghosting me in November.
Gotcha.
And, anyways, so the quiz show. So next week, here are the years if you care to study. Although Sasha may care to study the Zelda years.
Yep.
So 1988. Which is when I was born, so I'm not sure I'm going to be playing a lot of these games. 1992, 1999, and then we're going to do 2005, and then 2014. So there we go. Those are our quiz show years. I should have some ample time to write the questions this week. I don't think we have too much going on. We'll see if I didn't tell you guys this. I twisted my ankle so bad I couldn't walk Monday. So,
jeez.
It's fine now, but it hurt for a while. So like, this was a rough week.
Yeah.
Between all the other stuff going on, but let's hope I don't. I'll have actually a lot of time, but I couldn't sit at my desk and work on things. Like normally, like Monday, I'm like listen to the Horror Virgin and Recotopia. Like I just listened to those 2 podcasts. I didn't listen to them till yesterday, like because I didn't want to sit at my desk because my ankle would just hurt. I had to have it propped up. So yeah, talked a little bit about the fact that I've been playing Mass Effect. I'm already in Mass Effect 3. That is all I have been playing is Mass Effect. I have not played any other game at this point. I really petered out on Titan Quest because I hit another wall and I just didn't try because I'm just like, I'm not feeling it right now. I'll go back to it and finish it at some point, but yeah, it just Mass Effect is a lot more interesting than dying continuously to the same boss over and over again.
I've been trying to tell you that.
And I listened. Now I can't listen for the Fallout stuff because I actively don't like how those play. But when I finish 3, I think I'm going to take one of our wildcard episodes, and I'm just like, we gotta just talk about the Mass Effect series as a whole. Like, just have like a sit down and talk about this. I know I'm like 2 decades late on, well, probably a decade, but probably a decade late on thoughts and opinions on Mass Effect. But like, did it? It's weird how you have a game that goes through the trilogy. You're following a direct story between all 3 trilogies, but like the games are so distinct between each other. And not just in the story, mechanics and stuff and how they work as a game and like what comes in and what comes out and what comes back and like it's just there's a lot to digest. And I feel like there's a natural progression from 1 to 2, and then 3 is the wild card. I feel like it mechanics wise.
It feels like they figured out combat in 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because it just you did not experience what the original Mass Effect did to me and other people
No, I did not.
with the
And
combat system. It is incredibly frustrating, and it is a testament to how good the story is that people persevered through that game.
Yeah.
They figured out combat in 2. I think in 3, there's not too much of a difference in combat, other than I think they do it they change the way that you level up, and there's a little bit more customization in the way that you skill build.
Yeah.
But mechanics wise, it's not too different. And Andromeda is basically the same as 3.
Okay. Yeah, I also had to finish Andromeda, but I feel like it's worth the merit to talk about 1, 2, and 3, and then Andromeda separately, because they are separate stories entirely, aren't they?
Yes, they're.
Yeah.
Andromeda's in a totally different part of the galaxy. It's like,
yeah, the Andromeda Galaxy instead of the Milky Way.
If anyone is still alive, it's going to be maybe Liara and Grunt, and they're in a totally different part of the galaxy, so.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah, so I am working through Mass Effect 3. I'm probably going to continue to play it tonight, honestly, because I'm hooked. This will reflect in the Game of the Year discussion, but I will only pick one of them for Game of the Year. I will not pick all 3 or 4 if I finish Andromeda, which I probably will.
It's going to be Mass Effect 2. You're going to pick Mass Effect 2.
You're not wrong. As of this point, it's 2. Don't get me wrong. I highly value gameplay, and 3 beats it in some aspects there. But I just like, I know you didn't play Donkey Kong Country on the Nintendo, but this feels very similar to Donkey Kong Country, where Donkey Kong Country 1, great game, everyone loves it, right? Great. Well, Donkey Kong Country 2. Take everything about 1, make it so great, everyone calls it the best in the platformer genre, right? So it's like the same kind of progression of like good game becomes absolutely great game, right? And then number 3 is a wild card. Like it's just like, it's the same game, but it is bonkers. Like, it feels the same. Like, Donkey Kong Country 3 is just bonkers compared to the other 2. It's still good, but it's just like, what happened? Like, what changed? And I feel that's the way 3 is. Like, I think it's a less effect of like 3 and Mass Effect. Like, Mass Effect 3, I think is less of a wild card than Donkey Kong Country 3 is, but it still feels the same energy. It's like, it's not a step back. It's not a step forward. It's like a step to the side or something. You know what I mean? Like it's just this weird step that you just don't expect. You're like, oh, okay, I still like it, but oh, like I expected something else. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, yeah.
Yep. You just wait. You're gearing up for some emotional moments in 3.
Okay. I'm still probably going to romance what is her name? I just forgot it.
Tally.
Probably still going to stick with Tally.
Solid choice.
Yeah. I just like her as a character more. Like, Liara is fine, but she's got this like whole like black market shady person stuff going on. I'm just like, not sure I like that.
Liara's got some mommy issues.
Yeah, because she can't have dad. Well, I mean, she could have daddy issues, but like,
she does have daddy issues. She has Asari daddy issues because both of her parents are Asaris, so it's like a whole thing in their culture.
So it's double mommy issues. Yeah, and I will say, the aliens. As much as I don't like sci-fi for the aliens, I think they do a good job of describing a lot of aliens and non-human ones, and like very different. Like, even though the Krogan are humanoid-ish, I love the Krogan. Like, the Krogan are such a fun race. It's like, I don't like you. Shepherd headbutts him. Poof. I like you.
That's how you earn respect. Renegade Shepherd. The Krogans love him.
Oh, that's another thing is I actually don't like how they handle the renegade stuff in 3. Like, there's some things that are like drastically different if I do the renegade option that I don't want to happen. Like, I'm pretty sure if I did the renegade option on one of the cutscenes, I would have killed someone. And I was like, I don't want to kill them, so I didn't do it. Like, I could see it escalating that far, or I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot more renegade options in cutscenes than there is Paragon.
I think it's because everything is supposed to be so desperate.
Right.
That, like, it's in the previous games, it felt like Renegade had more to do with Shepherd cutting corners and Shepherd not having patience for common courtesy. But in 3, it feels a lot more like shaking people, like smacking them, like, hey, like, we are all gonna die. Just listen to me and let me do what I need to do.
Right. Yeah, because there was this thing where we had captured the Cerebus guy, the general. And it was like, renegade option, like, stuck the gun in his face. I don't know, man. I might blow your head off. Don't take me lightly. Like, we're going to figure out what to do with you. And then there was a second renegade option where he was like, you don't have the guts. And I was like, oh no, I know what the second renegade option is. He pulls the trigger and kills him. I know that. Like, I can tell that from, like, this game. And I was like, I don't want that. I am Paragon Shepherd. I don't want to do this. So I didn't. And he didn't kill him. He just doesn't give him.
I don't think I have not done Renegade run of 3.
It feels too much.
And then when you get to the end of the game, it's really not a Paragon Renegade choice.
I know. Yeah. I understand. It's a
what do you think is in best interest of the galaxy choice?
Right. Gotcha. So yeah, so I've been playing that, and then honestly, outside of that, just been watching Blue Bloods because I got them all on Voodoo, and I like cop dramas. So here we are.
I've been living for House of the Dragon, so
Yeah, same. I've also been starting to rewatch Game of Thrones as well. So
I don't like Game of Thrones. So, like, I don't think I want to watch more debauchery in the House of the Dragon.
See, House of the Dragon is just B.C. Andrews' Game of Thrones. So
I also a couple weeks ago rewatched the Lord of the Rings trilogy as well.
Yeah, see, I could rewatch that. I could always rewatch those.
I still haven't watched The Hobbits though, so I might have to sit down and watch those just because I haven't seen them yet.
I mean, you can make your own opinions about them. I do not like them. I do not like the Hobbit movies. I liked 1 at the time. Then 2 came out and I was kind of disappointed. And 3 came out and I was angry.
Oh. And you know how, in talking about back in the day with your D&D days, people were giving you shit for, what, cave orcs or black orcs or something like that?
One of my articles, yeah.
People are fucking losing their minds, apparently, and pushing back against the Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, having black elves in it.
You mean like drow, which have always been a thing in elves?
Yeah. Apparently people are just pushing back against, everything having dark skin castings.
No, you're talking like dark skin as in like African American elves.
I haven't watched the show, so I don't know, but
okay.
From what I understand.
Yeah, that's also been a thing. In some campaigns they're called sun elves. In some ways I think that's always been a thing in Tolkien too.
That's what Neil Gaiman said
Yeah, that's
about it.
always been a thing. Like, it's just that the Lord of the Rings doesn't touch on them because the Lord of the Rings only touches on such a small part of Middle Earth. Like,
Hmm.
like
Well, the
you
thing is
hear
too,
about some
like,
of those other cultures, like the Men of the South in the Return of the King, the Men of the South who have the elephants and stuff. Like, that you just hear about them and see them. You don't see their culture or where they're from, and
well,
yeah,
I also think that part of the issue is that too many people like to frame it as, oh, it's based on European culture, so it should reflect that. And I'm like, how about we just go with the idea that it's all fantasy and that there's room for pretty much anything?
well, it's not
How
just
about we don't
it.
shoehorn?
But saying it's based on European culture is both correct and incorrect because it is based in Europe. The Lord of the Rings, specifically, the events of there are based in Europe, essentially, right? Like
Right.
they're a faux Europe that is essentially a faux World War II kind of analogy. Whereas there are other parts of Middle Earth, just like there are other parts of the real world that have other cultures. Like it's just that
Right.
Lord of the Rings just doesn't explore outside of those realms. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't go outside of those boundaries. So like when we get these Lord of the Rings, because we tie it to Lord of the Rings, right? That was the popular, trilogy. So like
Hmm.
Lord of the Rings, this Lord of they, whatever you want to call Middle Earth, Cimmerillion,
Right. And like,
you know,
I think it's even in Return of the King, um, when they're trying to buy time for Frodo and Sam, and they're sort of bargaining or like trying to deal at the Black Gate.
mm-hmm.
They're like, have your master Sauron leave these lands and never come back. I'm like, so we can see that there's clearly other lands.
Yeah,
So I'd circle back to my point and say it's fantasy. So there's room for everything and anything. And we
okay.
shouldn't be limiting ourselves creatively just because, we have an idea of what it should be instead
Okay,
of what it can be.
I get what you're saying, Ace, and I don't disagree. However, Lord of the Rings, we'll say Lord of the Rings, but Middle Earth, specifically J.R. Tolkien's world that he created,
Hmm.
the Lord of the Rings trilogy is such a small blip in both
Yep.
the scope of time and area of Middle Earth. Like
Hmm.
a lot of people say that the Ring of Power and Sauron was such a small thing. Like there are so
Oh
many
yeah.
other larger scale
Well,
things that happen in that universe. I know what I'm
well,
trying to
Gandalf
say is
himself is like 2,000 years old. So
right.
like,
Yeah. Well, and it was like maybe one of the more important things in his 2000 years, but there was things before and after and yada yada. But
hmm,
yeah, there's a whole thing like there's a whole concept of like that is the third age or whatever, and there was a first and a second and there was a fourth and like and then all. But the thing is, like, what I'm trying to say is like it's a little different for this universe because it is so thought out already by J.R. Tolkien in his other works that people don't, they're not as popular, they're harder to read. I mean, don't get me wrong, have you ever listened or read the unabridged books of Lord of the Rings? They're really
no.
dry. Like, they're not like the movies are probably the only way that this series would have become this popular because
Hmm.
they're great
Well,
books.
and
Don't get me wrong, and don't hate on me for saying this, but like most people wouldn't take the time of day to read those books if they tried. Like they are not it wasn't easy for me to listen to them, and I was listening to them on audiobooks at one point. Like
hmm,
there's so much singing in it. It has nothing to do. I mean, it does. It has to do with the situation, but there's so much culture there that isn't super important to the moment. It's just more of like, here's dwarven culture, here's elven culture, here's human culture. Like he's just building up a culture. He does a lot of setting work, more so than any other writer I've seen. So
Hmm.
it comes off dry.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I mean, like you said, it's like a fantasy interpretation of historical events. So
Yeah.
for a lot of people, reading history can be very dry.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm not surprised by people being upset about dark skinned elves. I mean, we were just talking about that with the Little Mermaid earlier. Like, people, I don't know. People don't like to color outside of the line sometimes on what they think of, they see and do. Like, that's not how
Hmm.
that works. It's like, I mean, it could work differently. It could be different. And yeah. Yeah, no, my deal was people calling me a racist for making cave orcs, essentially, that were dark skinned. And people were like, well, if something lives in a lightless environment, it normally doesn't have pigment. I'm like, not everything. I mean, like, bats are black and live in caves. Like,
Hmm.
but they go out at night. I get why that, but like, it was a very weird situation with me writing that article. I was
Hmm.
thinking about writing again because it's been about 6-7 months since I wrote my last article, but meh, I've got Mass Effect to finish.
Yeah. Uh, all I will say is, in rewatching the series, I still get goosebumps every time the Balrog comes on.
They
Such
uh
a
they do that very
such an
well.
awesome monster.
One of my favorite things that I learned is how they made the noises for the Balrog. Do you know how they did that? Like how it sounds?
No.
So they took a cinder block tied to a rope and drug it across the sound studio floor, and that is the sound of the Balrog. That is so
Interesting.
amazing to me. Like, I love learning about how they do sound design in movies sometimes that just make it sound
Hmm.
unique. Like, as much as I love the T-Rex roar in Jurassic Park, hearing that it's just a distorted elephant with other animal noises, it feels so basic in comparison to the Balrog cinder block moving across a floor.
Hmm.
Because if you listen
Well,
to it,
like,
you can hear it. You can hear, like, oh, that does sound like that.
mhm. Yeah. I mean, we also got a little bit of that too with like Monster Hunter, where they revealed some behind the scenes stuff of like how they do
Mm-hmm.
sound.
Yes, they did, yeah. So, we probably had a good enough time tonight, so we'll let you guys go off and do your merry things, and I'll continue Mass Effect. So, thank you guys.
Frolic in our digital worlds.
Frolic in our digital worlds, I guess. Supposedly, we're going to go see a movie tomorrow. I think we're going to go see, what is it called? Bullet Train? With, is it Bullet Train? I don't know. It's a
Have you
one.
seen Nope yet?
No, I haven't.
You should see Nope.
Uh, the,
It's
peop
fun.
the people I'm going with are not interested in seeing Nope.
Oh.
So,
Ooh.
the only one they were interested in was Bullet Train, which is is it Brad Pitt? Yeah, Brad Pitt movie where
Hmm.
he's like this guy on a train. It looked interesting to me. I like action movies though. So, thanks everyone for tuning in and listening tonight. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the Sasha takes on describing monsters number 2. Um, we made quite a good run at a lot of them today.
Hmm.
If we keep up at this pace, we probably only have 2 more episodes of this. So, um,
All right.
I'm pulling for that. Like it, I don't want to do this every month forever, but it's fun while we're doing it.
Hmm.
So, uh, so if you guys want to keep up with the podcast, be sure to follow at Hunters Hub Pod on Twitter. you'll see me, put up the episode stuff and that. I haven't been doing a lot of tweets lately. I just mostly been dealing with family stuff, so I haven't been on social media as much. But when I am, sometimes you'll see gaming opinions and stuff. And Monster Hunter, of course, and yada yada. Also the same here on Twitch, Hunters Hub Pod. And for Ace, at Ace Badger Gaming on Twitter and TikTok now, right? TikTok?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like an old man. TikTok, Instagram, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
On the YouTubes.
On the YouTubes. And then, yeah, we also have a YouTube channel, just Hunters Hub, and you can see these VODs up on there. So, although a lot of people have been watching our Twitch VODs afterwards, like we're getting like 6 to 10 views on a video after we air it sometimes. So
Nice.
not bad, but Twitch doesn't keep everything forever. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. And if you want to talk to Sasha, of course, come to the Discord. That's where she's at, and all of us as well. And have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.